Well, there is one research in Japan. Well, this researcher has just lost his cat that he loved so much. So in virtual reality, he made his cat alive again. So he can pet his cat again. In virtual reality, most of us will always say that virtual reality is just for entertainment, like playing games and all. Well, actually, virtual reality can do more than that. Well, in virtual reality, you can travel without having to buy flight tickets. Do you know that? We have an application in Google Street View where you can walk around. For example, if you want to go to Paris, you can just don on your virtual reality headset and you can just walk around Paris. So with virtual reality headset, especially the high-end virtual reality headset, you can move around. Like you can have a room space environment and you can move forward, and then in that virtual reality environment you can feel that you are actually moving across the street. But unfortunately, you cannot be in real time. Well, not only that, you can also roam around that area and maybe you can visit their museum. In the future, I believe that this technology can be one of the things that we will do in Malaysia. Now, I'm working with UMCAS on virtualizing our Dewan Tengku Chancellor DTC. Secondly, in virtual reality, you can also play music without having to have the instrument. Like for example, you can play piano, you can play guitar, or you can play drum without having to have that drum set. These instruments are very expensive, but if you like to try it before you get the real drum set, maybe you can try to use VR. So one technology that I can see, the recent technology that we have is Pico for VR. This Pico for VR, I can say that it is the cheapest virtual reality headset now in Malaysia. We call it as a TikTok VR headset. This headset, it comes with hand tracking, where you can have your fingers in that virtual reality environment. So if you want to play drum, like for example, you can hold the stick with your virtual hand and then you can play around with that. The same goes with sport. You can play sport in virtual reality. Of course, we have a lot of application for sport. We can play tennis, you can play ping pong, you can play boxing, yeah. And then you can also play a lot of games that can help you to sweat out. But the best thing in VR, if you're playing boxing, can't feel the pain because you are in the safe position. So now I am working with the disabled people to help them improve their physical activity by playing games. So not only normal human can use VR, disabled people like amputees, they can also use VR to have their physical activity in virtual environment. In virtual reality, you can also do meditation. So you can listen to a very calm music, and there will be also a virtual instructor that can instruct you when to exhale, and you can do yoga inside virtual reality. Like for example, the basic movement of the yoga, rising to the sun. Maybe you can learn that in virtual reality without you having needs to go to the real instructor, but you can just do it at home with the use of virtual reality. Well, you can also learn how to cook in virtual reality. Well, we have an application where you can cut the vegetable, you can mix all the vegetable, and it is actually real. This application has just come out. I don't remember the name of the application. Maybe you can search. If you're planning to learn how to cook, this is the best way. Well, there is one research in Japan. Well, this researcher has just lost his cat that he loved so much. So in virtual reality, he made his cat alive again. So he can pet his cat again after he lost it. So if you want to have a pet, but you don't have time to scoop their poops and fed them, maybe you can try to pet a cat in virtual reality.